like that. I mean, one of the greatest people I've ever worked with is Wally Wingert, who played Sideways, Sideburn, and Mirage. He wanted to say Sideways, but you know. And he's a great guy. And he's also done a lot of bigger shows than that. I mean, he was on Invader Zim. He's on Family Guy, which is now back on American television. Pardon? You probably will though, because now that it's back. He's basically like a utility guy. He plays the other guys or drop-in characters and stuff. I think they did a series of trading cards, and I know that they did one of his characters on a trading card, so they sent him a whole bunch to sign and send back so that they could be inserted into packs as giveaways, you know. So, you know, so I know he's playing a character that's big enough for that. So we go on IMDb, and I'll probably tell you which one or a couple. It's in an easy position for my voice. It's almost like just taking something and sliding it into a slot, and then it just sits there. It can't move, you know? As opposed to, like, I've had times when I'll do something with a dialect, you know, and like if I'm not paying attention, it's like, wait, how do you become Scottish? Go back. You know, like I just did a video game a couple of weeks ago, and pretty much every few minutes I had to have them repeat a line, just play it and walk back in.
Your own line or just a line of that?
A line that I did at the character, like the first one that I recorded. You know, that's what we like, you know, that's where we lock it in, so just remind, okay, that's right.
You get probably a throat or
I can. Like for instance, you know, being here for too long would be a problem. Talking over noise, tobacco smoke, both of those things. Alcohol, keep back and right. You know, sit in the park behind, you know, in front of the Rice Museum and just look around at the architecture that's different than what I'm accustomed to. Get an idea and write it down. You know, as opposed to being in my city, being around everything that I'm comfortable with, you know, and all that sort of thing, and being distracted by my friends and my work and all that sort of thing. You know, so being here, even though there are distractions, I wouldn't be distracted, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So there was that.
Cool.
And, you know, a few months back, basically, when I found out about Don Murphy's website, I went on. You know, I joined, I put in my name, I searched, you know, for the different people that posted something. And basically the people that wrote something nice, it's like, well, I can't just let them write something nice and not say thank you. So I wrote them all emails saying, wow, thank you so much for saying that. You know, it's always great to read somebody who supports what I did. I certainly love working on Transformers, and yeah, I'd love to work on a movie too. Thank you for saying that to Don. That's how I started emailing Hans, and you know, basically, same thing happened with a guy over in England, you know, named Sven. Interestingly, a British guy named Sven.
Yeah.
You know, what are the odds? So it's like, I feel like I get the two guys confused every now and then. How are things in England? No, I'm the guy next. I'm in the Netherlands. You know, oh, sorry. You know, and basically that's when I offered myself up to auto assembly, which my friend Wally Wingert did last year, and I did some promos for them, some recordings. And I just kind of figured, you know what, if I really want to be in this movie, you know, this is an excellent way of moving that forward. You know, because, you know, I mean, I've been flown out to England twice. That should say something. You know, so
Murphy's English.
You know, yeah, exactly. I didn't know that. That helps. You know, but just you know, so it's combining. Yeah, it's my personal desire for commerce. You know, to at least, you know, I've had night jobs. I don't want any more night jobs. You know, I wanted to stick to the acting and the writing, and that's it.
In a way, you're just marketing yourself.
Yeah, sort of. You know, it's certainly a little bit of marketing, and yeah. Hey, if I can get over to London, if I can get overseas, if I can take a vacation, and have it not cost me anything, why the heck not? You know, besides the fact that, I mean, You know, when all is said and done, you know, and hopefully it's 70 years from now and I'm fading away in a hospital bed somewhere. I mean, this is one of the nights I'm going to remember in my life, okay? Because it's not all that often that you travel halfway around the world and meet people who want to meet you, who want to listen to what you have to say, you know? So it's like, why wouldn't I?
Right.
You know, I mean, I've got enough people in my life that, you know, think, you know, please, you know, if I could actually get in a room with people that actually think, take it, you know, absolutely. So I'm besides the fact that, I mean, I think it took me literally like a few hours being in Amsterdam last time to just go, you know what, I like this place. I grew up near San Francisco. There's elements here that remind me very much of San Francisco, whether it's the weather, you know, being never too hot, never too cold, whether it's the roughness of the streets, because yeah, the streets are very rough in San Francisco as well. Whether it's the interesting characters you get in both cities, because yes, the freaks tend to gather up in San Francisco, but they tend to be the most wonderful freaks you can imagine. You know, like the silver guy at the Rijksmuseum yesterday. You know, I mean, that guy was a kick, man. You know, that was great. And it's like, last time I was here walking around with my camera, and I mean, I'd be in London, and people would bump into me and not say anything. You know, and I'd come here with my camera and be having dinner all by myself, and somebody would come over and start up a conversation because of my camera. You know, here I am coming from America where everybody tells you no, if you go anywhere, they hate Americans, nobody likes Americans, everybody thinks of us as just all these bad things. And then you come out here, and it's like, so I was afraid to identify myself as an American, and yet just a lot of friendly people, a lot of great conversations with complete strangers. I mean, that's a wonderful thing. And then, of course, you know, to top it all off with the culture and the history of the city. One of the things I was explaining to somebody yesterday is, you know, I mean, I find architecture fascinating. Whether it's old, whether it's ancient, whether it's new. And that's one of the things that, I mean, you look around Amsterdam, I mean, you can see a building that's 400 years old, that's totally captivating, right next to a building that was built last year. Right. And is very interestingly put together. I mean, it's certainly not a boring building by any chance. And I mean, there's the artistry of that. And you know, I mean, America's no longer an infant nation, but it's certainly a teenage nation, you know, and it's nice to come out here and, you know, see the adults, you know, and see it mixed in, you know, and see where it's successfully mixed with the old and the new. I mean, that's just incredible.
Have you ever wandered out of Amsterdam?
We're going to go up to Utrecht tomorrow for a couple of hours. You know, that's what I hear.
You listen to your train.
Go, make a little
Going back. Let's see my dangerous swimmer collection. Well, it's a bit by tram, but I'm in.
Well, you can come pick us up. You know, well, there you go then. You know,
I ain't got no problem with it.
Yeah.
You guys have a way to connect. I don't care. That's fine. You know.
I just want to so just put the letter.
Yeah.
Hey, it'll be the third massive collection I see in 3 different countries.
He's got a massive collection.
I've seen some pretty big ones, and I hear yours is pretty big. And when I say I've seen some big ones, I mean collections.
All right.
Okay.
I'm telling that to anybody on the internet.
Yes.
Right? In case you put that one up there.
Transformers collection.
Big one.
Yeah.